ready for a Patriots Friday, Keith?
Yes, I am, Jones. We are 2 sleeps away from the AFC Championship game. Can you believe it? As a great man once said.
So close, and yet so far.
So far away. How are you going to spend the time? What are you going to do? We got the next 4 hours covered, but then after that, I don't know what I'm going to do.
You can listen live in Tokyo, as one texter is.
All right, shout out to that person. Thank you for listening.
It's midnight here in Tokyo, but always ready for Patriots Playoff Friday with Jones and Keefe.
Ooh.
How about that?
Midnight with Jones and Keefe. We used to be on a show that would go to midnight.
Actually,
let's not go back to that. Let's not do that.
very much used to do that.
Let's stay here.
We took you 6 to midnight.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
time is what we would do.
Often.
There's also this guy, Pat's Win 2025 SB, also known as Jones' #1 WEEI fan.
Is this a real person, or is this like a burner account?
I don't know.
It's
It's a picture of me with the bozo on my nose.
Okay, this is from Twitter.
Guys, just did 45 days at Suffolk County House of Correction.
Okay.
Mere misunderstanding.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And
2 sides to every story.
I'm out right in time for the AFC Championship game. Looks like the Pats are doing good, and I can finally listen to some more Jones and Keefe. He said for sure the worst part of all this was missing
Jones and Keefe.
Yeah, for 45 days.
Check out the podcast,
Put
sir.
on the cell block?
I guess not.
Maybe they don't allow that.
I don't know.
Although
talk to Maura Healy about that.
the podcast is available. You can go back and listen to old episodes. It's available for you in the Odyssey app, Apple Pod, Spotify, whatever it might be.
Use that rewind feature.
Yeah,
you
check us out.
won't miss a second.
Nope.
You can catch up on 45 days worth
Appreciate
of
it.
Jones and Keefe. It's Patriots Friday here on WEEI. You know who we're talking to today on a Patriots Friday?
Who are we talking to?
Milton Williams.
Yes.
The Milkman. Big Milt.
It's been working out.
I don't know why we're getting him again. I'm
Thrilled,
I'm very thankful for it. Very thrilled.
All due respect
Yeah.
to other guests,
Hopefully-
but Milton Williams is the best.
No disrespect to Michael Wenu, who
Right.
was in the top 10 there when Colin Cowherd was counting it down off the top.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, hopefully he's caught up on some tape of Jarrett Stidham, which I'm curious to find out.
I bet he has.
I would
It's
hope
been
so.
a few days
It's
since he said
Friday
that.
before
Yeah.
the AFC title game, I would hope.
He's aware of Stiddy.
So we'll do that here on a Patriots Friday. Dial us up, 617-779-7937. Interact, Twitter and Instagram, at Jones and Keefe. You can watch along and chat, twitch.tv/Boston WEEI. Always, and I mean always, a healthy chat going on Twitch. Do the same on YouTube. You can watch there. You can chat there. Just subscribe to WEEI. It is a Top 5 Friday.
Yeah.
All-time horses, Keith.
Horses, not hosses. It's a pretty big distinction.
It can be very confusing.
Yeah, horses.
Horses, not hosses. We will have our Hoss of the Week as well.
Yeah.
But Top 5 Friday, Pats and Broncos, all-time hosses coming up at 10:45. Horses.
Horses.
Me, I just screwed it up.
This is the problem.
Friday 4-pack at 11:30. 4-pack of questions as it relates to the AFC Championship game. Weekend review at 12:45. And, of course, an AFC Championship game version of the keys.
That's right. Putting the final touches on those keys.
Keefe's keys to Pats and Broncos. You already previewed some of it yesterday.
Yeah, turnovers. No, it's not. We go above and beyond turnovers.
Oh,
Don't worry.
no. It goes very in-depth. So Colin Cowherd on his program yesterday, Keefe, you heard some of that,
Yeah, breakdown.
decided to draft the top 10 players in the game. He had 4 Patriots. He had 6 Broncos. He had Surtain and Benito ahead of Drake May, who was the highest-ranked Patriot at 3. He said, well, the Patriots have the best player at the most important position, obviously, huge advantage over Jarrett Stidham, despite the weird developing Jarrett Stidham hype over the course of this week, mostly emanating from Denver. Let's ask this, and I don't know if we've asked it all week. Minus the quarterback, minus May and Stidham, who has the better roster, Pats or Broncos?
You know, it's funny. I think actually the Patriots have the better roster. I think it tips the scales clearly when you talk about the quarterback. But when you remove the quarterback from there, I think when the Patriots are healthy, and they're fairly healthy. I mean, we'll see on Mac Hollins. I give them the slight odd. And I really like some of the guys on the defense for the Broncos. Like Pat Surtain is great. And even in a vacuum, I would take Pat Surtain over Christian Gonzalez. Christian Gonzalez is also great. And then I would take Carlton Davis and I would take Marcus Jones. And it kind of applied. We did the tail of the tape on this before. And we were going position group by position group. And it was still more check marks for the Patriots.
That's a good point.
Even if you remove the quarterback. And so I think that's where it becomes like, oh, that's kind of an obvious one. But whose running backs do you like more? Whose wide receivers do you like more? We'll give them O-line, sure. You know, and then I think if you're talking like front 7, right? Because we split it up like D-tackle, edge, and linebacker. If you're talking front 7, I think it's pretty damn close. And part of it is because of our guy, Milton Williams, right? Like, Milton Williams has been so good, and Barmore's been good. I think Robert Spillane's been solid. I think their edge rushers have got no respect all year long, and they don't have the gaudy, big sack numbers, but they're pretty solid. Chaseon's had a good season. Landry's been pretty good. So I think it's close when you take the quarterbacks out, but even without the quarterbacks involved in the conversation, I would take the Pats.
So you're right. Tail of the tape, that is what we did. Cross off quarterback, cross off head coach, uniform, celebrity fans, local play-by-play, all those. Just
best all-time player.
Just roster questions
mascot
minus the quarterback.
Yeah.
We gave 6 check marks to the Pats. Running back, wide receiver, tight end, D tackle, cornerback, and kicker.
Yeah.
Broncos, we gave O-line, edge rusher, linebacker, and safety. So 6-4 just based on that. I do think the Broncos have, if you want to rank the top 10 in the game, I wouldn't have the same order as Cowherd. And, he didn't have, I didn't think Milton Williams in that top 10. I'd have to listen again.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But when you go and break it down, the Broncos may have more top-end impact guys, right? They might.
Well, they probably do. I assume that I didn't look this up. They have more Pro Bowlers, I assume. You know what I'm saying? So, like, okay, like on the surface of that, or if you're just ranking the guys, but that's the thing. It's like some of these positions, maybe you take Cortland Sutton 1, but then I'm taking the next 2 or 3 pass receivers. You might take Surtain 1, but then I'm taking the next 2 or 3 corners.
He did, by the way, take Diggs over Sutton. They were both in the top 10, but
so,
he took Diggs over Sutton.
Okay, and you know what? I might too. But I think those guys are pretty close.
I think I would, but I agree. They're close. They're very different types of receivers, but they are close. Yeah.
And, you know what, running back, like, I think R.J. Harvey's been pretty good. He's had a really good rookie year. He's gotten in the end zone a bunch. But Stevenson and Henderson, Henderson had that stretch where he looked great, and now Stevenson is on a stretch where he's playing out of his mind. So, like, I'll take the running backs over them. They do have the advantage on O-line. There's no doubt about that. But when you're sizing this thing up and down, it's not just the quarterback that tips the scales. I feel like if you did the same exercise for L.A. and Seattle, it might be the quarterback that really weighs it and is like, that's what you need to make the difference. Mm-hmm. That one would be Seattle if you canceled out Stafford and Darnold.
See, I agree. If you took out so honestly, this one I do feel a little differently about for the Pats, but you take the quarterbacks out, it's way closer in this matchup.
Yeah.
I agree. You take the quarterbacks out, Rams and Seahawks. Seahawks have the better roster.
Yeah.
But you add the quarterbacks in, it is why I'm going the Rams.
Yeah, I got it. So that's why it's a game. But no, like, the thing with the Patriots roster is it really is a lot better than we expected it to be. Like, these guys have there's a lot of guys having career type years, because you go all the way back to the preseason, we were looking at all the same stuff. Oh, top 100 players projected for the season, top 10 at the position and everything else. And they kind of got best case scenario from a number of their guys. Like, I think Milton Williams, Stephon Diggs, probably Stevenson and Henderson, maybe Spillane after the first few weeks. Best case scenario. Craig Woodson, you got the best version, even the O-line. And I know Campbell and Wilson have struggled a bit in the playoffs, but like Morgan Moses, we were waiting for him to miss a bunch of games, older tackle. You're like, how's that going to go?
He missed chunks of games. Yeah. Like he would be off the field for a chunk of time, but I don't think he missed a start all year unless they shut him down late.
Yeah, no, I think he played the whole season. Garrett Bradbury was a guy that we were looking, I mean, I'm not a center expert, but like the PFF stats were like, oh, he's the worst center. And you're like, he is? Like, they got or at least worst in pass blocking, whatever it was. And you're like, oh, that's great. We've barely mentioned his name all year because he's been solid. So the free agent class has hit. The rookies, for the most part, have hit. So, like, what we said at the beginning of the year on, like, where they were and where they ranked and what their roster looked like, I think it's changed. Like, I think it really is. It's up there with some of the best in the conference now.
So you guys can discuss 617-779-7937. Drake May not the first pick by Colin Cowherd.
That's weird. I also have him
in the top 10. Me too.
I would have him 1.
He had Surtain, then Benito, then Drake May. His Patriots in the top 10 were May, Diggs, Gonzo, and Onwenu. So it was not Milton Williams in his top 10 if he was drafting this game. Who has the better roster, minus the quarterback? We all know the Patriots have a significant, sizable advantage. Drake May, arguably the MVP, over Jarrett Stidham, a backup's backup for his whole career. 4 career starts, hasn't thrown a pass in 2 years. Duh. We know that. Take the quarterbacks out of it for a minute. Who has the better roster, top to bottom? I would agree with Keefe. I think it's the Patriots. We went through into the tail of the tape. Do you agree with that? Again, it's 617-779-7937. 793.7. I want to get more into May coming up here in a moment. But real quick, we talked yesterday, Keefe, about the Milton Williams bulletin board material, which I think is more significant than the Sean Payton line the other day, like, hey, they're going to have 2 weeks to rest up, Broncos fans, after this game, implying they're going to win the game. But Patriots fans got all butthurt about that, and that's fine. Maybe Broncos fans did the same about the Milton Williams thing. Keyshawn Boutte yesterday, who I'm enjoying more and more at the post. I think you could put this guy in front of a microphone more.
Excellent. We'll take him.
Yeah. I mean, his Players Tribune piece was very good. It's very long, maybe a little too long.
Yeah.
But I think when you stick a microphone in front of this guy, he's kind of a quote machine.
It's been pretty good, yeah.
Because what did he say? We wanted you to respect the D earlier this week.
No doubt.
On behalf of the Patriots defense.
Who amongst us doesn't?
And then he said the following. Here's an exchange asked about the Sean Payton comments yesterday.
Not that you guys need any extra motivation, but did you see the Sean Payton quote insinuating that Denver fans will have some extra rest for the Super Bowl?
Nah, I ain't never seen it.
He said they have 2 weeks to rest up for the Super Bowl, basically insinuating
I ain't seen it.
Does that matter to you guys at all?
You can rest in Cancun, too, at the end of the day. So it is what it is.
Now, he's tried to walk that back.
No, I know.
He's tried to walk it back and said, well, yeah, I mean, you could rest in Cancun or you could rest in the 2 weeks. Like, obviously, I didn't mean anything by it. No. You meant something by it. That's a good line. Yeah. You can rest in Cancun, too, there, Sean. But enjoy Cancun.
Take
you might
a
as
rest.
well say Sean Payton.
You get a rest up.
Pretty good line from Keyshawn Boutte. So I'd say both teams now have some mounting bulletin board on both sides of the line that I'd imagine they both use. We'll see if either's a fact.
Oh, yeah. No, it's one of those things where, shocking. Both teams think they're going to win.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, if the other team says it or like how they say it, it could get thrown back in their face. But no, I mean, we've seen for years. I mean, the Patriots, like, they made it very popular to do that. Going back to 01, even when they were an established team in like 03, 04, they were like already a dynasty. They would still find whatever they could possibly get to use as bulletin board material. So I think it probably cancels each other out, right? The Broncos have said some stuff. The Patriots said some stuff. Nothing over the top crazy, but just enough to keep it kind of interesting.
Well, no one, as far as I've seen, has disrespected Drake May.
No.
Yeah, there's one player on the. I still think the most inflammatory of all the bulletin board material is our guy Milt. I don't think he's afraid of it, but I think get ready for some blowback if Stidham lights him up and they lose the game, which I wouldn't anticipate.
He's probably fairly confident that won't happen, I guess.
I am too.
He also has a direct impact on whether it does or not.
I think if anyone really put themselves out there this week to have it thrown back in their face, it was
could
him.
It could be.
But add Keyshawn Boutte to the list, clapping back at Sean Payton, a.k.a. Enjoy Cancun. How much of this, and is too much on Drake May, going into Denver, a place that the Patriots never won with Tom Brady?
House of Horrors. No, because I really don't think he needs to score a zillion points. Like, this isn't one of those, like, oh, boy, get ready for a shootout. This isn't, let's say 5 years ago, hypothetically, he was on the team going to Kansas City. You're like, all right, bud, we're going to need 35 points because we're not going to be able to stop Mahomes that many times.
Tyreek Hill,
tons
and
of pressure.
And,
some of those games that like Josh Allen had against Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow had, you're like, we're going to do the best we can to slow these guys down, but like there's not much we can do. This is the opposite. I feel like there's actually more pressure on the defense to make sure Stidham does in fact look like a backup and look like a guy that nobody knew who he even was.
Interesting. Is there more pressure on May, who's an MVP candidate in the AFC title game, chance to go to a Super Bowl, or more pressure on the defense going against a backup who hasn't thrown a pass in 2 years?
So I know, and I've kind of maybe been swayed by this. Scheim was talking up the over in the game, and he was kind of talking down the Denver defense. But overall, the Denver defense comes in, maybe the second best in the league. We just went through the list of all the all-pro guys that they have. They have like 70 sacks. So I think everybody would agree Drake May's challenge on Sunday is far greater than Milton Williams, Christian Gonzalez, and those guys. So I think
70 sacks, they only took the ball away 14 times.
Yeah, that's
interesting. For the third fewest in the league.
I read that. They don't have
-3 differential.
Yeah, they're -3 turnover differential. So maybe the defense is a little bit overrated.
Full picks.
Yeah,
sorry, tied for the fourth worst in the league with like 4 other teams.
So that is a little bit surprising. But
even if you're sacking the quarterback that much, you're knocking out fumbles left and right.
But even still, you're like, all right, you have the best corner, you have a good pass rush, you got great interior defensive linemen, and all. You have a really good defense over there. So I think it's like, as long as Drake May doesn't just like fall apart, the defense really needs to. Look at what they've done the first 2 rounds. Like, you can't go 3 points against Herbert, 16 points against Stroud, and then give up over 20 to Stidham. Like, I think it would look worse on the defense than if Drake May had a bad game.
And I think as you're saying it, I guess I do agree, because I've said all week, it's a choke if you lose to Jarrett Stidham.
Right.
Well, who's losing to Stidham? The defense.
Correct.
Let's see how the game goes. If May plays miserably,
if it's like pick sixes and stuff, and now like the defense isn't giving up the points, but the team is, like, that's different.
But like a generic loss where May plays fine and the defense gets beaten by Jarrett Stidham, that is true.
Yeah.
There's going to be more pressure on them in that regard. So you can discuss 617-779-7937. We have talked about it all week long. Can the Patriots get pressure on Jarrett Stidham? Because if they can, that's been the key to the week. That's this week's Verizon matchup. The New England Patriots powered by Verizon 5G. So all your thoughts here on a Patriots Friday, again on the phones and on the text line. Top 5 Friday, Keith?
Yes, sir.
Top 5 horses in honor of Pats and Broncos.
Maybe the Broncos mascot will be one of them.
I don't want to confuse anyone, but we'll give you our Hoss of the Week coming up as well later on in the show. We have the Friday 4-pack. 4-pack of questions for the AFC title game. Week in review at 12:45. And, of course, Keith's Keys at 1 o'clock. Plus, the milkman, Milton Williams, enemy number 1 right now in Denver, going to join us later on today on a Patriots Friday. Speaking of that defense being overrated, Keith, it's not just Scheim that feels that way. There are others out there as well. Let's put the Broncos D under a microscope, as it were. We'll do that right after Trending with Billy.
Can we
Lander.
not?